Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Garlic is saying hello as well. And this is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. Today we are back in Ostgalad. We'll need to talk to Gringalas and talk with the Hidden Guard. So a quick recap, you might remember Mazog and Isuriel were poisoned while we were crossing the Citadels. We then went to look for the antidote, but there was only enough for one of them, so we gave it to Mazog. And before going to Dol Guldur to complete the exchange, we did talk to the scouts that were sent to Gadbers. And what did they tell us? That basically, well, there's been no movement spotted at Dol Guldur. There's been some whites that have been raised in the Ashen Slates, and that was basically it. And that's basically the state of things right now. Now that we are all on the same page, let us talk to Gringalas and let's see what is going on. Because you might remember as well, we are ready to go basically. Ahardor wants to go right away, but Bróin is nowhere to be found. So that's the state of things. Let us go.
Will you not speak with Ahardor?
Will you not speak with Ahardor? I know that Bróin will want to be a part of this final stage of the mission, and Ahardor must not let his anger blind him to the dangers of haste.
Tensions run high among the remaining elves of the Hidden Guard, one of their number slain, the other dying from a deadly poison. And now the dwarf Bróin has disappeared on the eve of the journey's end.
Alright, so let's see what happens with the elves. What is the meaning of this, Beriathan? While you were recalling the scouts on the perimeter of Dol Guldur, the dwarf Bróin vanished from Ostgalad. He told no one where he was going, and right on the eve of the exchange of Mazog for his kin. You had spoken for him, Beriathan. You failed to speak of his cowardice. Do all dwarves abandon their companions when the road turns treacherous? The dwarf is not coming back. We do not know that, Ahardor. But it's not difficult to see. We came here for him, but only our friends have died or are dying. Ahardor. No, Cuchulainn, I will not be silent. Why should he hold his tongue? He speaks words of truth. My kind have nothing but hatred for the dwarves. But for the elves, there was something else. There was fear. My father spoke of elves proud and terrible, as foes to be feared. Where are they now? Where are they now? They stand before you. Your words are empty, prisoner. Now you showed him, Sigileth. No. It was the whim of dwarves that brought you here, and they have abandoned you. That is not so, Mazog. Quell your speech, or it will be quelled for you. But he is not wrong, Cuchulainn. Where is Bróin? He is here, the dwarf returns. To Gadamir's bag. Okay, I'll need that translation for that. Anyway, here's Bróin. There is little time to explain, Beriathan, so I must be quick. After you gave the Lightris to Mazog, and the more I dwelt upon it, the more I came to regret the necessity. If only another dose could be made. I spoke with the elf Barbazine atop the great tower here in Ostgalad, and she said that more unmarked venom sacs of the Sawethil might be found with time, but that the Cerulus flower is so rare that finding another one would be impossible. The conditions for such a flower to grow are so specific that only if the growing season could be slowed might such a flower still be found. I walked through the forest for many hours heading north, and passed into lands beyond the reach of the Golden Host. I walked and walked and walked, and just as I was about to turn back in defeat, I beheld a grave mound among the tangled undergrowth. A stream flowed by its side, and now and then droplets of the water splashed atop the mound, where, bursting forth, grew a single flower still in season. With this second circulus flower, and another unmarked venom sac, another dose of the Lydris might be made. And here it is. You need to drink this, Isuriel. There. Look, already Isuriel's strength returns. The Lydris is working to fight the Gwigile poison. I do not know what to say. While I rallied at unjust fate, the dwarf combed the forest for many miles to find a way to save Isuriel. It should have been me, Beriathan. I cannot believe I was beginning to listen to the words of Mazog. Now there are no delays. We will go to the gates and exchange Mazog for the prisoners and be done with him at last. Oh god, this looks good. So, back at Gadber's, God, I love this music. Over here, Beriathan. Alright. I am sorry, Beriathan, give me just a moment. Bróin leans on his walking stick and tries to catch his breath. I walked many miles to the north in search of the Circulus flower, and though I have my father's hardiness, it was still a most taxing journey. That it ended in success and that Isuriel will recover from the Gwigile poison was enough to give me further strength, but... One more moment, friend. I will have my breath back in a moment. Can I speak with you, Beriathan? Okay. Sure. I was most wrong about the dwarf Bróin, Beriathan. I have come to regret my words about him, and perhaps about all dwarves. To make such a seemingly futile journey in search of the one thing that might save someone he barely knows, someone not even of his own race. He showed a fortitude I had thought only elves could possess, and he did it with much less complaining than I have done. But look at him. His journey north into the far reaches of Mirkwood has taken a toll even on his stout form. He needs to rest. The guards at the gate ahead will see his exhaustion as weakness, and we cannot afford that. Will you tell him to remain here in such a way as to spare his feelings? He has proven himself to me and to the others for the rest of time. He has no need to accompany us the rest of the way. He helped Isuriel, and now I wish to help him save his cousin and the rest of the dwarves. I do not want the guards at the gate to think we are weak, Beriathan. They would not think so if they knew the distance I traveled, and in so short a time. Bróin laughs. I wonder if that will be the main bearers of the glorious tale of Bróin the Mighty, after all. It did not seem so glorious when I was hurrying through the dark, tripping over stones and treacherous roots, searching for a flower that might not even exist in the world any longer. Maybe my part in all this is over, Beriathan. I do not want to hurt the negotiations for Bori. I will remain here and guard the rear. I trust that Ahardor and the others will be able to fulfill this mission. Thank you, Beriathan. It feels good to have a reason beyond revenge for this errand of ours. I still burn with hatred for the orcs, but now too I desire to rescue the dwarves, whereas before it was only a vague purpose. We will do this now for Bróin. Do not do this, Colfrangis. Set me free! I will trouble none of your kind! You are passing that gate, Mazog, willingly or unwillingly. I wonder at his reluctance to join his friends. I do not. I think Mazog may find he has few friends beyond those walls. And I think he knows it. It's time to go. I couldn't agree more. We are already here. What is this? Who dares approach this fortress? Only those with the courage to do so and an offer to make. An offer? What are the terms of this offer? They are not for your ears, gatekeeper. All dealings come through me. Piglet, it is fine, yeah. So, we come bearing the orc Mazog, trespasser upon the kingdom of the dwarves. We seek to trade his life for the lives of the dwarves imprisoned within Dol Guldur. I cannot speak to this. Wait here. You will answer to these trolls if you try anything suspicious. Off to Kuharan? Alright. Well, here we are, Beriathan. Now we will see if this errand was not as foolhardy as first it seemed. I will have Kumite at the ready, in case we find our first belief justified. The gatekeeper returns. That was quick. This way, you lot. I should have known this rabble was yours, Beriathan. We have Gorothúl of Dol Guldur. Take a quick pick of him without quest ring. Now let us talk to him. Your offer does not interest me, Beriathan. What use do I, Gorothúl, have for a useless orc such as Mazog, Lord of Caves? He is Lord of nothing. The dwarves crawl all over his capes like worms and molded bread. Bolg will be ashamed of his son, and Azog would slay him for dishonoring his family line. But it would humor me to hold Mazog in the dungeons of this fortress until the world's ending, so he may have time to think about how he failed his master. I will accept your offer. These 3 dwarves will go free, and I will accept custody of the orc called Mazog. To a harder door. Okay, sorry. None of those dwarves is Bori, Beriathan? I thought not. They have been cruelly mistreated and seem close to death. Where is Bori? These terms are not acceptable, Gorothúl. Where is the dwarf Bori? The dwarf called Bori is not part of this deal. I have offered you the lives of these 3. I am receiving 1 prisoner and you are receiving 3. You think this to be unfair? Consult with your associate, Beriathan, if you must. I do not like this, Beriathan. We must make Gorothúl turn Bori over to us, in addition to these 3 dwarves, or we will have failed. What can we do? Oh, God. I cannot move. Yeah, me neither. Perhaps you are right, perhaps the deal was rather uneven. Must show mercy. I think that's too much to ask of him. This 2 for Mazog then? Very well, if you are certain. Come here, orc. My powers are vast, but I must confess something to you. I do not possess the authority to trade with you, the Gloom of Nirn, Lieutenant of Dol Guldur, Blackblade of Lovenin. I am not the master of this fortress. I am merely a guest. No, these are the masters, and I did not consult them before making this deal. Therefore, it must be rescinded. Archers? And your sorcery match a dwarf's might? Brutal spell is broken. I can move again, so what do we do now? I defy you. I defy you and your fell master. Ahardor, no. Finally, you hear the voice of Galadriel.
You cannot stand against this foe.
Inside your head. Bróin, Beriathan, Cunning, now! Oh god, no, yeah. Oh god. Lord Celeborn believed some of the Nazgûl had come to Dol Guldur, but did not know for certain which of the 9 had done so. Now we do, though it is of little comfort to us. The Lieutenant of Dol Guldur commands the others. He is second only to the Witch King, he who hailed from Angmar in the north. The Lieutenant of the Tower rules the fortress. It is he who struck down Ahardor. The Gloom of Nirn was a wild man of that land. It is peopled now only by slaves of Mordor. He wields a war hammer in battle. I know nothing of the Black Blade save that he hailed once from Lebanon. He is fully a troll now, as are all the Nazgûl, though it was not always so. The Golden Host cannot think to stand against this tree. It is hopeless. Yeah, I get what you mean. King Gondor couldn't do much against them, and they came for Gilead either. Tiglet ignores you, her face a mask of anger and grief. You decide to leave her be. I don't blame her. It is over, Beriathan. Though many have died, and still Bori languishes within the dungeons of Dol Guldur, how can we hope to fight such evil? Ahardor gave his life that we might have time to escape. We must not forget him. It is no use, Beriathan, we have failed. Let us go now inside Osgiliath, though there be little we can do now. Yeah, that was shocking.
The hidden guard has failed.
Ahardor is slain. Mazog is taken, and Bori remains in captivity. Tiglet is mourning with Isuriel inside Gadorgar. He has asked not to be disturbed.
The main arm of the Golden Host has camped at Thangúlhad to the east.
Perhaps it was foolish to think that threatening with the enemy was possible, Beriathan, but there was enough to gain that it seemed worth the attempt. It has now failed, but the forces of Dol Guldur will see the effect of betraying us beneath a flag of peace. The main arm of the Golden Host has camped at Thangúlhad, a camp east of here in Gadbers. Present yourself to Ningloril there, for she will have something a warden such as you could do for the benefit of the Golden Host in the next stage of this campaign. A word of warning, Ningloril is stern and not given to idle jest. Do not try her patience or it will go ill for you. Okay, well, yeah.
Will you lend me
To Dol Guldur, no, to Thangúlhad, back to Thangúlhad. It is.
What do you need?
But yeah, that was God, yeah, that was shocking. There's no other way to define that, really. It was really nice seeing Ahardor almost get taken over by his own grief, and then come to realize he and Bróin are not so different. I mean, he had a little redemption before he died, but his death was also really untimely and unwarranted. I mean, you expect something like that to happen when you are trading with the enemy, and especially with a man as cruel and cunning as Gorothúl. But even for him, that is low. Do you have Ningloril?
We are met in time of war, though it is a war for which lasting victory may not come.
Are you here to lend your aid, Beriathan? We are met in time of war, though it be a war for which lasting victory may not come. Celeborn has started the Golden Host marching not to win the day, but as a delay in action. Even a failure here will be of some value, for the real aim of the Golden Host is to keep the attention of the enemy, and that we have for certain. I hope we will live long enough for it to be of consequence. Alright, yeah, let us take the medium armor. I think that would benefit us.
The orcs of Dol Guldur are being made into a dangerous fighting force.
Under the leadership of ferocious Uruk commanders. A great force of the creatures are being organized into troops in several great orc camps in the northern reaches of Gadburs. Bring the fight to these camps, Burskala, Kufux and Hongoi, and defeat their Uruk commanders. For without them, the orcs will be less effective and the oncoming assault must be weaker. You should also find any battle plans that may be lying about these camps. We may learn when to expect their attack, that we may brace against it. Alright, so before we go to the orc camps in the north, you might remember we did left some of these quest lines unfinished on our last visit to Thangúlhad, so this is the time to pick them up again.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Have you seen the sentries, Beriathan? I do not refer to the orcs, of course. There is little challenge in avoiding the eyes of orcs. I refer to the ones carved of stone with unblinking eyes that strike your will with a crushing darkness if you shoot stray too close. We have quickly learned to stay away from them as much as we may, but they make maneuvering through Gadburs difficult, and I imagine the inner walls of Dol Guldur are likewise defended. We must find a way to defeat their power if we are to achieve our goals here. The roped Kargul have been seen tending to these stone sentries on occasion. If you could approach close enough to defeat one, then perhaps you might be able to find something to hit us against the stones. Up here.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Watch for these tokens in your battles healing Gadburs, Beriathan. These black badges display the favor of the Master of Dol Guldur, and they are awarded to those among our enemies who have slain valiant defenders of the West in battle here or abroad. Each of these you gather from a foe signifies a fallen comrade avenged, be they elf, man, dwarf, or even from among the brave little halflings. I wish you good hunting.
Stay a moment.
The works of Gadburs are led by a particularly cunning goblin named Addurup. His cunning and viciousness is matched by the size and power of the work he writes. Together they have already claimed the lives of several of the Maladrim, striking without warning, then fleeing into the shadows of the forest as we advanced. For now, he has withdrawn into Gadburs to help organize the works against us, and I would have you strike against him while he can be more easily found and cornered, even if it means dealing with several of his minions as you hunt. He was seen patrolling the woods of Gadburs, so keep a wary eye out for him, lest he take you by surprise.
Stay a moment.
We know we do not have the power to pull down Dol Guldur now, Beriathan, and with an enemy army approaching, it is only a matter of time before we must retreat. My people are swifter than any enemy bound by foot, but we cannot run faster than works. There is a force of these beasts housed in Gadburs, and if they are free to pursue us when we begin our retreat, they will pull down many a valiant elf ere we can reach the boats. Those works must be slain ere the time for our withdrawal comes, and I believe that you have the strength to accomplish this task. Thank you for the thought.
Might you lend me an ear?
Hello there, Beriathan. Have you had a look down there in the orc camps yet? It is a real mess. Orcs and goblins aren't too good at staying organized when you put a good fright into them, from what I've seen. Anyhow, I noticed that they have got the oil for their siege engines piled up in great heaps of boxes and crates, just lying about. That's dangerous. You never know when it might catch fire. If you were to steal a few of their fire pots and use them to set the rest ablaze, I imagine it would help add a warm glow to these dreary slopes for the evening. I like how you think, Master Dwarf. So, let us go. As you see, there is plenty for us to do here in Gadburs. So, we're gonna exit Thangúlhad and go. And yeah, we were talking about the hidden guard because Ahardur's fate is a really sad one. And talking about Ahardur, let us check what do we have in here. We will lose some vitality, but maybe if we gain some physical mastery, which we don't, that's a shame. So basically that means we'll keep the one that we have. In Gorothúl does really makes you hate him with a passion after all the things you have seen him do. So yeah, Gorothúl I think is a great villain, but what I think doesn't play as much in his favor is that he is not featured on the earlier parts of the Mines of Moria epic, so we don't get to know him and hate him as much as we do the previous villains like Amarthiel and Mordrambor and Mordred even. So even though Gorothúl is great, I think just the fact that we don't fight him as long as we have the others is what makes me at least still prefer the villains of Volume 1. Grenache, I think we had already fought that guy and we came on top. We defeated him, so there's really no need to fight him again, I would say. Once again, gotta find my way around here so that we can get on this fortress again. Wounded Maladrim, didn't I rescue you already, or are you like a repeatable quest? Yeah, it's a repeatable. Well, as I have told you before, we do repeatables only one if ever, and then leave them as it is, because otherwise we would spend a lot of time doing repeatables, and that's not the idea. Okay, here we're in Burskala, that's good. Alright, this guy we have definitely not fought, so let's do that. Oh god. It's hitting us hard. This is harder than the other troll even. Oh jeez. I think we need to use one of those. Oh my god. It's gonna get us. Oh god, we were so close. The problem is now, it would be really not a good idea to revive him here. He would just get us again, so I think it's safer to retreat. It was worth giving it a shot, I believe. Even though it was ill-advised, most likely. But hey, if you don't try your limits every once in a while, then what's the point, right? Before I forget, let us get Garliff back up. I should have used Duty Bound, now that I think of it. I don't know, maybe I'll give that another shot when Never Surrender is out of cooldown. I was not expecting that. For the time being, let us focus on the other quests. On the other enemies that we can definitely kill. We weren't that far anyway, so there's that. Big fruit. Okay. Okay, this is the Uruk commander that we need to defeat for the epic. I think we had already faced him as well. Not sure. Find plans of battle. Where am I supposed to find those plans of battle? I wonder. Okay, I see them. Well, at least one of them. Oh god. There we go. Plans of battle. Another one in here. And I think that was it. Let us fight this warg. At the roof. Okay, there he is. We'll come here. Okay, defeated at the roof. We can remove this one. Another wounded Valdrim in here? Yeah. Or is it the same? Fire pot, okay, so... There, I was hoping I could avoid this guy. But anyway, let us take this fire pot. Okay, that's it for this place. I think that's it. Fire pots. Okay, let us remove this one. What else do we have in here? The cargo too. Boots. Okay. Commander. Let us jump through here. A lot of broken legs today, but well, today I think we're trying to make things fast. Badges of Dishonor we can remove as well. Ongoy. This is the last of the plans of battle. And I think atop this platform we will find your commander. There he is. The works and the cargo. Okay, there is one. cargo sentry. Where is the guy? Okay. Let's fight. It's been a while since last time we fought a cargo. Oh, but this was not the one we were looking for. Where is the cargo supposed to be? Supposed to be looking on this cargo sentries? I don't know. Let us keep looking for cargo then. Stone. Okay, here's a cargo. Please, you be the one that we need. Fountain and Grave Dagger. Okay, thank you. And we just need to find more works, and that'll be it. Where am I supposed to go? This is not the way. Last 3 more. Nope. Let's just focus on the works. Otherwise we... Who knows when we will end this. There's the one. Okay, so here we are back in Thangúlhad. Let us see, let us talk first with Turner.
Well met.
Ah! I could see the blazes from here, Beriathan. That'll teach the fool goblins to leave dangerous toys lying about. Good work, my friend. Take the quest.
Will you help me?
I have ill news, Beriathan. It seems that we've got a little vermin problem, if you will. I was minding my own business and taking a stroll through the cellars beneath this tower when I heard a bit of a noise. Well, I put my ear to the rock for a quick listen, and what would you think I hear? Picks and shovels, Beriathan. Picks and shovels. What's more, I could hear goblin voices muttering in black speech. It seems that a band of goblins has been set to work and mean either to bring down Thangúlhad around our ears or invade it from below. Either way, we've got to stop them and quickly. My brother and I can deal with the goblins as works, but we'll need a stalwart companion to keep the vermin off of us while we are about our labors. What say you? Alright, I'll go with you in just a moment.
Megovanen.
So, you found these knives upon the cargool. I am not certain if they can help us or not. They look similar in make to the dread Morgul blades carried by the Nazgul. I think you had best bring this to Agarin in Emin Loom. She might have some insight as to what might be done with them.
Megavonen.
So, another handful of those who have fallen before the Dark Lord's power have been avenged. Soon this darkness shall lift from the world, and the people of the West will no longer live under the fear of utter dominion.
What do you need?
I hear from the others that Adderup the Rider is no more, and that he fell at your hands. And so the Maladrim are avenged for their fallen. Well done.
How can I be of service?
Your hunt has gone well, and the works of Gatbers have suffered badly this day. That is one less threat to worry about when it comes time for us to withdraw back beneath the posts of a Lothlorien.
Stay a moment.
Gatbers lies in a state of near anarchy before our assault, and now it is time to push it over the brink. General Timmersgrat, a black Uruk of deadly repute, has come to the fore in an effort to force order upon the soldiers of the enemy. His head is ripe for the plucking, and unlike that fool Victruk, the masters of Dol Guldur will find Timmersgrat far more difficult to replace. Take great care though. Timmersgrad is no mean foe. He is quite skilled in combat as well as command, and you will likely need stalwart allies at your side to defeat him. When you have gathered your allies, stick him at the tower some distance to the north of here. Okay, I think we'll try that one.
Will you lend me your ear?
The orcs are trying to rally against us, raising the banners of Dol Guldur wherever they believe that they can bring forces together. Destroy those banners before they can gather to them. We must keep the forces in Gadrus scattered and leaderless while we attempt the gates of Dol Guldur. When you have done as I have asked, return here to me.
Stay a moment.
While it is the Nazgûl in that black tower who command all of the forces here in Mirkwood, it is the Orc lieutenants and generals who actually give the orders and organize the troops. There is a large encampment of those brutal orcs deep within Gadrus, and if they can be rooted out, then the rest of the rabble will fall apart, leaving them as useless fodder upon the battlefield. I would bid you seek out the Black Urks of Mirkwood and slay them. When you have succeeded, return to me. Alrighty. Let us go to Ningleril 2 and advance the epic as well.
You have done well to sow disarray in the camp of the orcs.
I could hear the shouts coming from the orc camps even from here, Beriathan. You have done well to sow disarray in the camps of the orcs. Much of these plans are indecipherable to me, but I do recognize the word dush, meaning sorcery, and this circled area can mean only one thing. Peril for the Elves lies there.
This foul craft of the enemy cannot be permitted.
According to these plans of battle, sorcerers under the tutelage of Gorothúl are seeking to draw fell spirits to the service of the armies of Dol Guldur. This is not the first time we have heard of this, but it supports the words of Sulfil, a Maladrim scout who passed this way when returning to Ostgalat. This foul craft of the enemy cannot be permitted. Travel south and east into the Ashen Slates and seek out Sad Doldur. Defeat any of the fell spirits the sorcerers there have already bound to their service. Defeat too the students of Gorothúl and seize the spell tomes with which they work their evil. None of these sorcerers will have Gorothúl's skill, but they will still be dangerous foes. Underestimate none of the enemy's forces. Okay, so we're finally gonna take care of the spirit menace in the Ashen Slates. That's what we're headed next as part of the epic, but as you see here, we still have a couple more quests left here in Thangúlhad, the first of which is this instance in which we will defend it from the goblins. That, however, will come on the next episode, so join me next time where we will continue helping the forces of Thangúlhad. For the time being, this has been today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Stay safe, my friends, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.